Hello everyone, this is Introvert Shy Guy and welcome back to Yoshi's Woolly World. Okay, so the date is March the 6th, can't really pronounce it for some reason. So yeah, let's get started. Anyway, I'd just like you guys to know that I actually now am playing this game with the Pro Controller, so I did find the charger and everything, so apparently yeah, it was at my house, but it was kind of cluttered with a lot of wires to the point where I didn't really notice that that was actually a charger. I thought it was just some computer cord, I would say. It turns out that when I looked up what they look like, the charger, they don't have an AC adapter or anything. They're just a wire you attach to the Wii U. So yeah, I found the charger, and now I'm playing this game with the Pro Controller. It turns out it's called the Pro Controller, not the Classic Controller, as I was calling it. The Classic Controller it's the Wii version. It's what you use to play old games and stuff. But yeah, this is the Pro Controller, not the Classic Controller. So now I'm playing this game with the Pro Controller, and it's really good so far. Anyway, so I guess now it's time to talk about politics, and I have to say it was not really that great for Bernie Sanders. Actually, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. You know, it's like I kind of knew that he was going to lose South Carolina as expected, but I was actually surprised that he actually lost a lot more states, including the progressive ones, like fucking Minnesota, Maine, and Massachusetts. Now Maine and Minnesota, they kind of used the caucus system before, so of course it's kind of different, but still, you know, it's like obvious because Amy Klobuchar kind of endorsed Joe Biden, and Pete Buttigieg also endorsed Joe Biden and stuff, and also Elizabeth Warren still being in the race kind of splitted the votes up. So because of that. It now makes it a lot harder for Bernie Sanders to get a majority. Now, of course, it's possible for him to get a plurality, but even that's also kind of hard to do because now all the so-called like establishment, or I won't say establishment. There are still a few southern states left, and obviously they would go to Biden. But like, what about states like say New York or Pennsylvania? You know, the closed primary states, the same states that Sanders had a problem back in 2016. Yeah, these states might go to Biden. So yeah, it was kind of disappointing in a way because I thought like, because honestly, I mean, I wasn't really that upset because bear in mind, I kind of said before that Sanders would probably lose to Donald Trump, even Biden, unless maybe the coronavirus happens. But even then, like, that disastrous pandemic might not happen, and the economy might not tank. So therefore, like, it's like hard to say if this will ever affect, you know, Trump's presidency. You know, so yeah, and like that's why it's like because Sanders still might lose to Trump, so. Him losing the primary and Biden could probably still lose to Trump, you know. So yeah, so that's why I'm not really that upset. Oh man, I like this. Yeah, and also bear in mind that Joe Biden, he's really awful. But honestly, I feel like Hillary Clinton's kind of worse in a way because she's more of a war hawk and Biden, and also she's like very, you know, like I also hate her demeanor and stuff. She's extremely egotistic, very condescending. Like, you remember when the media was like, "Will you do anything to offer something to Sanders supporters?" And she was basically like, "I am winning. I am the one winning the most contests. I don't need to." Like, you know, cater to any of Sanders' supporters. Like, just this fucking, like, condescending bitch. Like, you know, to not even, like, offer, like, at the very fucking least, like, maybe choose a vice president that's kind of like a progressive, like an Elizabeth Warren or something. That's kind of understandable, especially considering that Warren thought that Clinton would choose her as vice president, but she didn't. She chose Tim Kaine. Now, of course, there's a conspiracy that Tim Kaine was kind of the head of the DNC, and Clinton kind of offered him vice president position in exchange to have Debbie Wasserman Schultz as the head of the DNC, considering that Schultz is kind of more into Clinton than I say Tim Kaine in a way. So, you know, Tim Kaine also is, but I don't think as much as Debbie, you know? So yeah, that's kind of one conspiracy, but yeah. But I mean, like, as for Biden, I mean, he's bad, but he basically just comes off again like a senile, like just, you know, senile, brain-rotting old man, I would say. Like, he's not really that condescending as Clinton. Oh, I got a flower. Like, Clinton was, like, much worse, you know, but Biden, I would say he's bad. Now, of course, foreign policy is kind of a mystery. I mean, like, of course, I do know he's a hawk. He's not as dovish as Obama, but I don't think he's as hawkish as Hillary. So it's an open question whether the chances of World War III the chances of World War III will increase, but not to near certainty as with the Clinton presidency. I really don't know if he might interfere in Syria, maybe not ground troops or no-fly zone, but probably he'd be funding, you know, the terrorist groups, you know, away from the Trump not participating in Syria. So, I mean, like, Biden might probably do that again, like, who knows, but... Or the most likely is that we probably know World War III or going to war with Syria would happen, but he'd increase the number of countries, like he'd bomb or something like that. Apologies if there's a siren going in the background, but, you know, maybe I should just be quiet for a bit till it goes away. If it ever goes away. Fuck. Oh, okay, we're facing off against that big chicken. Anyway, fuck. So sorry, but, you know. Anyway, maybe I think I should just keep on talking. So... Or you know what, fuck, let me just wait for it to like, get over with. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I was just waiting. It didn't take that long, I was just waiting for the, like, fire truck or something, making that siren noise to just move out so that I can keep on talking. So yeah, it moved out, so that's good. Anyway, so yeah, so I wouldn't be, like, I mean, I would kind of be disappointed if Biden actually won the general election, because I'm actually looking forward to all the liberal salt and, like, all the tears and everything. It'd be so funny if Trump wins re-election and stuff. But, I mean... Oh, that's actually a really nice, like, thing that they did. You see that Shy Guy, like, bouncing, and then you see him bounce up here to make you know that you can stand on these things. On these bullet bill... chemtrails, I would say. For the record, I don't believe in chemtrails, I mean, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah, so I mean, unlike, say, if Hillary Clinton won the presidency, I'd be very depressed because I know what she would do. She'd destroy Syria. Biden is kind of a mystery. I mean, he probably might, but I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm hoping maybe he'll have his interests go elsewhere, especially considering he's very senile. And also, there's a possibility that what if he dies in office and he chooses a okay-ish vice presidential pick? Like, what if he actually chooses Stacey Abrams? Now, Stacey Abrams is kind of a Clinton Democrat in a way, but she's, like, much better compared to a Tim Kaine pick. I mean, like, if Biden... Oh, fuck. Yeah. If Biden were to choose Stacey Abrams, that's actually a much smarter pick compared to a Tim Kaine, you know? So if he does that, that would increase his chances of being elected, maybe. But, I mean, even then, maybe he could still lose even. But I think it's more likely he'll choose Kamala Harris, which is really bad and stuff, so... Kamala Harris, she got beaten so hard by Tulsi, to the point where Tulsi, she has 2 delegates, while Kamala Harris has fucking 0. I found that pretty funny, you know. Oh, shit. Ah! Fuck. The way it was, like, structured, I got it. Anyway, so, yeah, I've been, like, saying all this time that Sanders would probably lose to Trump, but even then, I still was, like, vote for him anyway, just in case if the coronavirus or the economy suddenly tanks, that would give us like a chance for a progressive president. But you know, I mean, it's looking more likely maybe that might not happen. But I mean, like, who knows? Like, Biden could die at some point, or because he is, like I said, he's like really old and stuff, so he may die at some point, or he may say something absolutely outrageous to the point where not even the mainstream media can cover it up. So I mean, like, yeah, who knows? You know. As a matter of fact, and one example would be, you guys might not know it, but in the Maryland gubernatorial race, the one where there was Benjamin Jealous and stuff, but that was during the primary. A Democratic candidate in the primary just all of a sudden died unexpectedly. So what if the same thing might happen in this primary, you know? So yeah, like I said, you never know. And maybe also this is probably the reason why Tulsi is still in the presidential race, just for the fact that what if Sanders or Biden, they both die, so then all that's left is Tulsi. That would be pretty funny, but I mean, I would really not be surprised if the DNC basically just doesn't hand the delegates to Tulsi, and instead it just goes to Pete Buttigieg, Amy Klobuchar, or someone else. You know, it would probably happen. They would never give the nomination to Tulsi, so yeah. But yeah, so I mean, that is pretty unfortunate what happened, because I was expecting like a contested convention. Like, I mean, bear in mind, a contested convention can still happen if Biden doesn't get the majority, but thing is, though, is that if Biden gets a plurality, then like, what is Sanders gonna do? Superdelegates could just say, Sanders been saying whoever gets the most delegates should be the nominee. Biden got the most delegates, so they probably give it to Biden, and not much. There would be some protest, but not as much as if it was blatantly obvious that they're stealing. Oh man, this feels like it's going around like a three-dimensional aspect. I mean, it wouldn't be as brazen as say they stealing it from Sanders, because they could just say, well, Biden won the popular vote, so therefore, you know, he has the right to have the delegates, you know, so yeah. But I mean, then again, even though I don't mind if there were like protests, even with something like that, it's like, remember, anything that would increase the chances of Trump being reelected, especially if it's like Joe Biden as a nominee, I really don't care. But I mean, of course, oh shit, maybe if I could keep on talking while I do the boss battle, yeah, I think I'll do that. So anyway, unless this name would be pretty long. I don't think so. I know I don't know what to title the video or something, so it's all good. You are still trying to get in my way. How rude. Hey, Miss Cluck, get over here. Oh, it's so cute. What were you, watch where you're going. And there, never mind that. Just get to, excuse me. Just get to work and blow that annoying Yoshi away. Oh, it's gonna transform that little thing into a big-ass chicken. Oh, the fuck? So it's like a little big baby bird. And then that chicken came out of nowhere, and then this happened. It's actually pretty weird. Anyway. Oh, fuck. There we go. Yeah, it's just this little chick. And that chicken is just controlling it. It's actually a weird kind of... I thought that thing was going to transform in a giant chicken. But no, it turns out that thing came out of nowhere and took that, you know, bird with it. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I wouldn't mind if there was protests. Anything to damage Biden's candidacy is actually all right with me, because like I said, a Trump presidency is more preferable than a Biden presidency, unless maybe he chooses Elizabeth Warren, and then he dies in office. And I mean, hey, at least we get a Warren presidency. She's still pretty bad, but like I said, Biden is worse, you know? So he's obviously not going to choose Sanders. So anyway, so that's what I'm saying. But of course, even that, like, going to a protest when Biden has a plurality just to protest him getting the nomination is kind of hypocritical in a way. So I know, like say Kyle Kulinski said that if you have spare time to join the protest in Milwaukee if they steal from Sanders. Now, of course, for me, I really don't have the time. Like, I'm gonna be going on vacation, so I can't really do that, unfortunately. Actually, even if I did at the time, I wouldn't go to the protest anyway, because it would be kind of dangerous, considering that there'd obviously be tear gas, maybe injuries and stuff. So yeah, I'm not really good at that. I'm not much of an activist kind of person yet. So, but still, even if I did have the time and if I felt like going, if Biden received the plurality, like, how can I go? Because that's basically just being hypocritical, because if Sanders said whoever has the most delegates, or popular vote for that matter, I would say the popular vote, whoever has the most popular vote should be the nominees. So how can I go over there and protest for that? Now, of course, I can protest Biden being a warmonger or something like that, but I can't protest with him winning the most votes, you know? So how can I really do that? Oh shit, it's moving. Okay, there we go. It's a weird boss battle. I was not expecting that to become a giant chick and then be in a chicken suit. That's so weird. Anyway. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it. Of course, like I said, I don't mind the Bernie Sanders supporters would wreak havoc and stuff. Like I said, if Biden's nominee, obviously a second-term Trump presidency is more preferable, unless if there might be some good in a Biden presidency, like he doesn't go to any wars and it's basically just a carbon copy of Obama, but then 2024, would that make certainty that a Trump populist might run again? I mean, actually though, Biden's really old, he might not run for re-election. He'd just be there and be like, I'm not running for a second term, so then therefore open seat, you know? So that could be a best case scenario, who knows? But I don't know if that might happen, so it's like, but bear in mind, like, just me saying a Trump presidency is preferable doesn't mean I'm going to vote for Trump. Obviously, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be voting third party. Either anyone of the Green Party nominee, like, say, Howie Hawkins, by the looks of it, or, I won't vote for Libertarian because the guy who has the most votes as so far, his name is Jacob Hornberger or something. Like, obviously, this guy is, like, an anarcho-capitalist kind of guy, and like he's much of an extremist. Actually, then again, Howie Hawkins is also kind of an extremist in a way. But the thing is, though, is that I'd get to talking about these two candidates later, maybe like right after the Democratic nomination. I would say I'd talk about them and my opinions of it. But the thing is, though, is that if Howie Hawkins, I mean, no, not Howie Hawkins. If what's the guy's name? Lincoln Chafee. If Lincoln Chafee somehow magically gets the Libertarian nomination, then oh yeah, I'll definitely be voting for Lincoln Chafee. Me and my family, like, you know, considering he already has government experience, being in a New England type of Republican, I could vote for that. Or maybe if Bill Weld would run as a Libertarian, somehow he gets a nomination, I'd vote for Bill Weld. Yeah. So, but if those things don't happen, then I'd vote probably for the Green Party nominee, or if somehow Tulsi Gabbard decides to run as an independent, even though she said numerous times she won't, I'll vote for Tulsi. If she gets ballot access in my state, for that matter. If she doesn't get ballot access in my state, and or maybe if she gets write-in, then yeah, I can write in Tulsi, but like I said, if she doesn't get write-in or ballot access in the state of Florida, then of course I'd have to vote third party, because it's like even if I write in Tulsi, our votes won't be counted. It would just be invalid votes. So therefore, they wouldn't really give it to us. You know, they wouldn't really count it in a way. So yeah, that's why I can't do it. You know. So, but yeah, we'll see. Anyway, but as for Sanders, he still can win a plurality, but he has to rack up a surprising win, you know, and like, bear in mind, Biden had a surprising win on Super Tuesday, so anything might happen, who knows. But yeah, but anyway, like I said, I wouldn't be that sad if Biden's nominee. Like I said, as I said before, I would still be alright. I would only get anxiety if it looks certain he might be the nominee, and if he does win the general election, I'd just be disappointed and kind of it would feel like I'd be cock-blocked in a way, because I wouldn't get to see the salty liberal tears and stuff, the salty liberals and stuff. So yeah, that wouldn't happen, and then I'd have to like hope a Biden presidency wouldn't become that disastrous. So yeah. So I really don't know. But at the very least, at least I wouldn't be extremely depressed if, say, Sanders was the nominee and he loses to Trump. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, it just goes to show, you remember, like, what I was saying about those dumb black voters and stuff? Well, like, they voted for Biden anyway, so Kanye West was fucking right again, I would say. But yeah, that's all I'll talk about and stuff. So, I mean, I guess, you know what, that probably be it for me talking about politics and everything. I will talk more, I mean, I guess maybe the one thing that I would talk about, actually, you know what, I think I'd stop talking about politics right there and just, I'll talk about it more if there's something new that happens and stuff, but of course, like, cause, spring break is gonna start next week, so of course this is my last gameplay before that, and then there'd be like it'd be a week-long hiatus and stuff, so I won't be able to play the Yoshi game and stuff, but the primaries are gonna still keep on going. Thing is though, is that I just hope Sanders still continues running like he did in 2016. That depends on how much money he has though, because if he's running low on money, then he can't run. Or actually, no, he could still run, but he could technically still run in a way. Like, he'd still be getting more votes in Tulsi because of name recognition, but, you know, it'd be not as much as, say, 2016 because no ads and stuff. But, yeah, we'll see. Oh, shit, come on. Ah, fuck. Oh, I didn't know I had this. Oh. Yeah, so, yeah, there's gonna be multiple primaries coming up. I know Sanders is not looking too good in Florida. He's obviously going to lose Florida, but the question is how much. I'm hoping he at least gets a few delegates, but bear in mind, if it was like, even if he got 15% statewide, then it would be like, he'd get, what, 30 delegates? 20? Compared to Biden getting over 200? So it's going to be like fucking nothing, but at the very least, it'd be like less humiliating in a way. So I mean, I don't know, I hope the state of Florida gives him at least 15%, but yeah, I mean, if it doesn't, it just shows you just how swampy and corrupt this state is. So you know, that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna leave this state soon. Not soon, but much later. As I've said before, I talk much about why I'm leaving the state of Florida, but that's much later. I did mention that it is mainly climate change related. So yeah. But anyway, so yeah, I guess that would probably be it for me talking about politics for now. I will be talking about more and stuff, maybe as reasons why Sanders is probably losing and stuff, but that'd be probably much later, like after. So then, because we don't know, maybe Sanders could still get a plurality and stuff. But I guess I could just say that, like, you know, he's not very much into Machiavellian politics, I would say, and I'll get more into that much later. So, yeah, that's all I would say about Sanders.